Hello and welcome back to Pseudo Gameplay TV for another character analysis. We've finished up with the characters that you can obtain via the main story quest, and we are now getting into characters that are obtainable through the Infinity Rifts. The first of which is none other than Elektra. Now, real quick before we jump into her character analysis and her moveset, I do want to thank you again for your support on this series and remind you once again that if we can reach 50 subscribers before the end of the year, we will be doing a subscriber giveaway. So make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notifications of my upcoming videos and be notified of that if we can get to that landmark. Until then, this video today is going to focus on Elektra, as we've said, and Elektra is a very interesting character. She's not as powered as some of the other characters that we've seen. Full name Elektra Nachios which is kind of interesting that she just goes by her nickname as her antithesis for presentation, is a little bit of a different character. She's mainly known with her affiliations through Daredevil, as she's one of Daredevil's love interests, the principal in most renditions that she appears in. But that doesn't make her a weakling by any means. She's at the peak of human physical and mental conditioning, is a master martial artist, is an expert with various types of weaponry, particularly those trademark sai that you see her wielding in her hands there. And to some extent, she has some low-level mind control and telepathic communication. Now, she doesn't really exhibit that last one in this game with her moveset, but she does have quite a few interesting moves to her at her disposal, I should say. The first of which is the Lethal Ballet, where Elektra performs a forward spiraling kick, so a little bit of an extended area of effect move that she can use. The second attack that she has access to is the Explosive Assault, where she throws timed explosive kunai on the ground. This is similar to a couple of different moves that we've seen. It will go directly out in front of her and then go off after a certain period of time. Her third attack, which she has access to, is the Throwing Stars, where she fires a series of shuriken in the direction that the character is facing, and this is one that you can hold the button to continue to spam and to use. So kind of good for using or creating some distance between yourself and the target you're fighting. Her fourth and final attack, apart from her extreme attack, is the Sai Strike, where she performs a powerful forward lunging attack, similar to what we've seen from the likes of Wolverine and Luke Cage. This is one of those attacks that you can hold up to charge with some manipulation on the direction that you input it to, but widely a melee type character, which is beneficial in the majority of most scenarios. The team that we have put together does maximize all of Elektra's specific synergies, as well as influencing a couple of others on the team as well. That is attained by bringing Wolverine, Psylocke, and Daredevil onto the team. Now we'll showcase really quickly where you can pick her up, and then we'll jump right into the main rift in order to showcase her abilities and her gameplay. So Elektra is found in this Gamma Rift, and this is one that's available to you pretty early on. You just need to make your way across the different challenges here and defeat her, just get the first clear on her rift in order to be made eligible for receiving her as a reward. You've just got to get the clear in order to start using her on your teams. But we're going to jump back into our favorite example rift to showcase her moves and how she melts with the team. And here we are inside the rift. Now, Elektra does have a double jump, and her aerial attack will find her plunging her size straight down on top of the opponents that she comes in contact with. And her medium series of attacks is fairly instrumental in knockdowns and takedowns, and it does have a 5-hit sequence to it. Her heavy attack is a forward lunging spin using her size, and that does have some knockdown to it as well, which is customary, but not exclusive to all heavy attacks, as we've seen with some of the other character spotlights. Now, in terms of her attacks that she has access to, the Lethal Ballet will send her kind of helicopter kicking a la Chun-Li across and does knock down the opponents that she comes in contact with. So it's a very useful move for locking out and clearing out some of your opponents if they get a little too close for comfort. Her second attack, the Explosive Assault, is best used in the vicinity of opponents. They do explode sequentially after a short period of time, so do keep in mind that they do not auto-detonate all at the exact same time. We'll use that again just so you can kind of showcase it. And they do explode from left to right, though that's not imperative to using the move. It is a nice thing to be aware of. Now her third move, the Throwing Stars, this is a move that you can just kind of spam, and you can directionally influence the move as well. Now you do have to continue to spam and hold the move in order to get the best use out of it, but it's quite useful in terms of getting some quick damage in on the opponents, and it will eat away at your mana bar, but it won't deplete it too quickly. So it has its benefits and its drawbacks, to be sure. Now her fourth and final attack, the Psy Strike, this is one that you do have to be a little bit more careful with, and you can influence it a bit directionally as you get it charged, but it will send her lunging straight forward through her opponents, and is quite nice at depleting larger stagger bars for some of the bigger opponents that you run into. As you saw, we depleted a solid chunk of that opponent's stagger bar. But you can get knocked out of it, so do keep that in mind as well. Now her ultimate attack, or her extreme attack, is best used in groups of opponents,
Death comes for us all.
as it's a forward lunging series of slashes that does end with some shurikens as she throws them out. So an area of effect, which is decently beneficial for general use. Now a lot of these moves do have a decent amount of startup lag to them, so do keep that in mind as you are using them. It's generally best to stick to the Lethal Ballet, as that one comes out pretty quick. And you can influence the direction a bit, but you cannot backtrack. So you can curve it a bit where necessary or beneficial, but do keep in mind that it's not the most influential attack that she can use. But a very straightforward melee type style with slashing and cutting. This team synergy is quite nice for Elektra, mainly because it grants her a bunch of extra attack damage because of a bunch of strength modifiers and bonuses. But she's quite fun to use and very easy to obtain in terms of the additional characters that you can unlock. So thanks again for watching today's character analysis. We'll be back on Friday with the next character we'll be analyzing, this one being Loki, the next character that we unlock through the Infinity Rifts. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, as that really tends to help me out. Thanks again for your time, and you have a great rest of your day.